Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another edition of Cubs Daily. My name is Steven Ryan. I am joined alongside by future Cub fan, my son, Luca Ryan. He's here just to give us a special report if need be. We might have to break from the segment immediately if he has something to say, so just bear with us. We're going to talk about the Cubs losing to the Padres in the opener yesterday. With the injuries to Steele, we're going to have to target a new starting pitcher to supplement the staff. Michael Busch has been absolutely unconscious these past few games, and the Cubs, whether we like to believe it or not, ladies and gentlemen, they still look incredibly solid. But before we get into all that, I just want to say thank you for tuning in to Cubs Daily, liking the videos, subscribing to the channel. You guys are the absolute best. I want you guys to comment down below. I know the Cubs need to supplement the starting staff. Is there a bullpen arm we can get to help with this situation? Because the bullpen is scary, and that is the first thing we're going to talk about today. The Cubs do lose to the Padres 10-4 in the series opener, and, you know, I know the score says 10-4, but they were up 3-1 going into the 7th inning, and then the Cubs unfortunately gave up the lead, and they never were able to really bounce back in that game. They never really felt like they had a chance to win that game in the end. The Padres were always applying pressure and doing all that kind of stuff, so unfortunately, the Cubs' bullpen did not help the situation. I'm not sure if it's going to get better like last year, because if you remember, April and May, the bullpen was struggle bus city. But then after June 1st, it was one of the best bullpens in all of baseball, which is crazy to think about, because it's kind of relatively the same bullpen, plus Ryan Presley. But, hey, maybe the bullpen does improve. Maybe it does all improve. But the Cubs have a lot of quirky losses, and I'm not saying they should have won yesterday, but it felt like they were going to win yesterday, right? Michael Busch hit another home run. The Cubs continue to stay hot in certain parts of the offense. If you score 4 runs, you're going to win a good amount of baseball games, believe it or not. And the Cubs offense has been absolutely incredible over the past few games. So, you know, obviously sometimes you're not going to win every game. It's the way they lose that's kind of frustrating to me and Cubs fans around the globe. So, let's see how we can maybe help the Cubs in this situation, right? The Cubs, without Justin Steele for the rest of this year, need to find a way to replace him. Now, sometimes that's where you look in-house, right? We got Jordan Wicks. Colin Ray came in on Sunday and pitched an absolute gem. He even touched 96 on the radar, which is incredible to think about. But I don't think that is a good long-term solution for this team. There are some big-time names out there on not-so-good teams that are just looking to get some good prospects back in return in this situation. And, you know, that's where we talk about Sandy Alcantara and Pablo Lopez for the Twins. Maybe those teams, you know, they're not having the greatest year, and they want to, you know, get some more prospects as they slowly begin to rebuild. So I would definitely call the Marlins, see what they have, what they're interested in for Mr. Alcantara. The Cubs have a lot of great depth in the minor leagues, but you need to start, again, like this was one of the first videos I ever made here on Cubs Daily. The Cubs need to start making decisions on these young men. Are you going to give them a chance? If not, you got to trade them, right, Luca? You got to trade them if they're not going to get a chance? Yeah, exactly. Even Luca agrees, and he's 18 months old. So the writing's on the wall. You need to make a decision on these young guys. The time's running out on them. Let's go get ourselves a power arm to supplement Shota for the rest of this year. And then next year, you guys have a 3-headed monster that could absolutely dominate the National League and National League Central, winning another crown with great ease. So, you know, talk to the Marlins, talk to the Twins about Pablo Lopez. And again, you never know what situations happen in baseball. You never know who's going to become unhappy, upset, etc., etc. You never know who's going to become available on the market. So Cubs just need to keep their ear to the ground. They have the assets to go make it happen. Again, you can plug in guys to the trade like Jordan Wicks, Javier Assad. These guys are already major league ready in these situations to go pitch for a big league club. So the Cubs have plenty of tools to go get these deals done. They just have to make it happen. Moving on next, West Coast Mike continues to stay hot and reign. And he shows promise at first base, ladies and gentlemen, right? He's an absolute stud on the West Coast. Homered twice in the Dodgers series. He homered yesterday in the series against the Padres, and he's up to 4 home runs. Personally, this Cub fan, I don't dislike Michael Busch. I like Michael Busch. Absolutely great move by the Cubs to go and get him. But I am open to, improving the position. I'll just be honest. I'm open to improving the position. But if Michael Busch wants to become a steady, reliable presence at first base, I am, of course, all in Cubs fan, especially at that price. He was never going to get a chance on the Dodgers. Here at Wrigley, he's going to get a chance. He's been very steady for us at the 4-hole. And, before the series against the Dodgers, he was hitting below 250. He's up to 300 now, and he continues that against the Padres, which is absolutely incredible to see. He's going to be supported with Kyle Tucker batting third or Justin Turner batting third. He's going to get good pitches to hit because no Major League pitchers wants to deal with those two guys in front of him. I know Justin Turner's a lot older now, but he's still a very solid, reliable veteran presence in this Cubs lineup. There's no doubt about it. It's the daily routines, right? Remember David Ross in 2015? He was there to help teach these young guys how to be professionals, and he did just that. So, Michael Busch continuing to stay hot. Hopefully, we still get to see that here tonight and tomorrow. And then hopefully on Friday, you get to see Michael Busch do well, right? Right? Yeah, exactly. Do you have anything you want to say to the folks? No? Keep it moving? Keep it moving? Keep it moving? Okay, will do. So, ladies and gentlemen, I know, again, quirky losses, right? The shaky bullpen. I just want us to remain calm. We're sitting at 11-8, which again, given the brutal schedule, this has been absolutely a great run for the Cubs. Again, if we come out of this month slightly above 500 in May, we can absolutely create some distance, right, buddy? There's no doubt about it. We still got to beat the Padres. We got 3 with the Diamondbacks, 2 with the Dodgers, and then we got 3 with the Phillies, and then we're finally out of this gauntlet. We'll finally get to face a team like the Pirates and take full-on advantage of that situation. So, again, really solid still. I'm kind of okay if the Cubs lose this series. I know, you want to win every series, right? That's not the right mentality. You're not going to win every series. That's just the reality of baseball. And the Padres, they're 14-3. They're unbelievable. They're absolutely tearing it up right now. Let them be hot right now. I don't want them to be hot come October. So, again, if the Cubs can snag one here, I'm A-okay with it. We have the Diamondbacks coming in this weekend. We'll get back on the winning track, take 2 of 3 from them, and continue our winning ways. So, ladies and gentlemen, it's been an absolute pleasure bringing you guys Cubs Daily. I appreciate everyone welcoming Luca onto the channel. Buddy decided to wake up early this morning, so I was like, you know what? We got to do some work. We got a Cubs video we got to make, so let's keep it rolling. Today's matchup, we got Shota back on the bump against Mr. Vasquez. Now, the Cubs beat Vasquez last time. They were the reason he lost, so maybe today is the day we get back on our winning way. So, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you all have an absolutely fantastic rest of your day. Luca, can you say bye to the people? Bye. We'll see you guys tomorrow for another one.